Hello YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about a book. Often you see videos about the knife that started it all, or um, however somebody got started in bushcraft and outdoorsing. Um, I would have to say that for me, probably it was the book that started it all. And some of you who were young people in the 1960s, like myself, you might have had to read this book in school. I believe I was either in 6th grade or my first year of junior high school, if I remember correctly. So it would have been probably in the 68, 69 school year, somewhere in there. We had to read this book, My Side of the Mountain, by Gene Craighead George. Now this book was first published in 1959, and it is a fiction work. It's a story of a young boy that runs away from home and lives in New York, runs away from home to a property that was owned by his family in the mountains, and lives and survives there with some animals, and it's a wonderful story. I would highly recommend, if you have a grandson or even a granddaughter, and get them outdoors, read them this story. This will make their outdoors experiences just magical. He talks about very valid survival skills and different edible plants. It's just full of information like that. Now there was a movie made about it that year in 69 or 70, as I recall, and it's not very good. It doesn't follow the book well. It's just kind of loosely based on the book, and it's not very good. The book is excellent, though. Actually, it's interesting. This author, when she first wrote the book, she couldn't sell it. They didn't want to print it because they thought it was a bad idea to print a book that encouraged a child to run away from home. But then after they looked at it for a while, they thought, well, this isn't a bad story at all. One of the things it has in it are some really nice line drawings. Now, like, for instance, here's a nice line drawing that talks about shelters. And it says a couple of good shelters. Make sure your fire is on scraped earth and be sure to put it out. There's pictures of traps. Let me see if I can find one. Here's a picture of the subject of the story, Sam, making a figure 4 deadfall. And it's just a really, really good, wonderful book. And I really think that your young people you would do well to reintroduce them to it if you're at all interested in getting your sons or daughters outdoors. It's a great story. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. It's still in print. There's probably all kinds of them on the secondary market. You can get it at Barnes & Noble's new. This book was a runner-up for a Newbery Award, which was like the pinnacle of youth and young adult or young readers. And actually, George wrote a follow-up book about an Inuit girl, and I think it's called Julie and the Wolves, and that book actually did get a Newbery Award. So George is actually going out to these places and exploring and doing the history or the background for her books. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's a book you may have never heard about, and for some of you old-timers like me, that you would have probably read this in elementary school or junior high. So My Side of the Mountain, Gene Craighead George. Good book to read. Have a good day now.